Gary, you were alluding to the Cristiano Ronaldo situation early on before the break. John, your take, how do you handle the Ronaldo enigma, dilemma, whatever you want to call it, depending how you view it?
Gary's right, that this unity, that this harmony is not helpful to the club. He has said he wants to go, probably not officially. They have said they want him to stay. Do they really want him to stay? It could be a bit of kidology, but it has to be resolved because the harmony is the most important thing. And as long as he's there and involved, that's why I'm surprised either you play him, which you wouldn't have done, but to have him on the bench is going to be a distraction if the team doesn't start well, because the fans still love him. He's all they're talking about, where really he should not be the ones you're talking about. It should be the 11 on the pitch. So that is a situation they have to resolve sooner rather than later.
Let me skew the question another way in that case. Should Manchester United be looking to keep him? Would they be foolish for him to leave? Because he is one of history's greatest players and goal scorers.
You don't want to keep a player who doesn't want to be at the club, no matter who he is. And of course, if he's Cristiano Ronaldo at 28, 29, then yes, you may try and keep him even if he doesn't want to be there. But at this moment in time, I don't think he has the powers to help Manchester United physically. And if he hasn't got it in his head as well, the best thing for him would be for him to go.
You played against him.
Yeah, I mean, he's fantastic. And you look at his numbers, you look at his record, you look at the goals he scored last season in a team that was struggling. You know, what he was able to do in the limited games he played, the numbers of the goals that he got. I think when you've got a player at a club that doesn't want to be there, that's got such a profile, it's difficult and it causes problems in dressing rooms. We're here today previewing a game and we're talking about a player who sits on the bench and why he's not playing rather than the team. He dominates Manchester United. He's a fantastic player. My thoughts for Manchester United is this situation has to be resolved quickly due to the fact the transfer window coming to an end. If he leaves, they cannot go into a season relying on Martial and Rashford as their number 9. The manager alluded there that he might play a false 9 with Fernandes, with Eriksen. If that's the way he's going to play, that has to be sorted out because Rashford and Martial cannot be relied upon to score 20, 25 goals a season.
Can I ask you then, and we talk about his goals, it's amazing. His track record speaks for itself. However, this is also a side that scored almost, not quite, 20 goals fewer last season than the one before. Now you could say, okay, the season before, it was COVID, it was a strange time, Solskjaer finished second and got back into the Champions League with the club. However, the same thing happened at Juventus when he was there. They started scoring fewer goals. He got a lot, but the team itself got fewer goals.
And that's in a similar way you talk about Manchester City and you talk about Liverpool with Núñez, with Haaland. Look at the goals Manchester City scored last year, the unbelievable amount of goals they scored. People say, oh, they're going to score another 20, 30 because Haaland's there. No, they're not. They're just going to score goals in a different way. Yeah. And that's what will happen at Manchester United, regardless whether Ronaldo's there or not. But it's a situation that cannot be elongated towards the end of the window. It has to be sorted out. The ideal scenario is he stays for another season. He's contracted for another season. He comes out and says, you know what, that was that. I'm done. I'm staying for another year.
You think he still benefits the team with what he brings?
I think he is a lot better as a striker option, as a number 9, as a front man than what they've got. And you look around the market, Lewandowski's gone to Barcelona. Somebody like that I could have seen coming into Manchester United as a figurehead, as a striker who would score the goals. You look at Martial, Rashford, I would much rather Ronaldo played as a leading striker than either of those two. And with 2 or 3 weeks to go to the window, you look at the options that they've got to bring in instead, it'll be a tough window.
Gary, I'm going to ask you this first, but I want everyone else's take. Does Ten Hag want him? As a player, like again, he scored lots of goals, but can he play the way Ten Hag wants to play? He has a very distinct philosophy. Yeah. He's very clear in what he wants. He's spoken about it, and we've all seen at least some of Ajax under him as well. Do you think he wants him there?
Well, if you look at the modern game, it's about high energy, isn't it? It's about front players closing down and working extremely hard out of possession as well. And I don't think that fits Ronaldo at all. And I think we saw the evidence of that last year. That said, who is the best goal scorer, who is the proven goal scorer in that Manchester United squad at the moment? It's Cristiano Ronaldo, isn't it? So that is the balance. You know, I watched Manchester United in pre-season. I thought they played with a lot of high energy, in particular closing down in the top third of the park. So if Ronaldo plays, that isn't going to happen as well. If I was in Ten Hag's position, I would out Ronaldo personally.
What would be the best thing for Manchester United? Cristiano Ronaldo scoring 30 goals and them scoring less goals and finishing 5th? Or they're sharing the goals around because he's not there and they're playing in a way for everybody, and for everybody to score 15, 16 goals, they score more goals and they finish higher. So what Paul says is right. He will be their top goal scorer, but that doesn't help the team. That helps him. And the way he plays and the team playing for him detracts from the other players. You didn't see as much as Bruno Fernandes when he was a star player the year before. You have Christian Eriksen coming there. And I suppose that, for me, I wouldn't have him at Manchester United if you want Manchester United as a team to develop without relying on him.
I think Bruno shrunk. I think the point
Absolutely.
you make there is
Yeah.
right. I
They
think
all
Bruno Fernandes we saw the season before Cristiano Ronaldo came in. Yes, there was all this talk in the press that it's a harmonic relationship. They get on. You know, if he plays well, we play well, the team play well. But then you look at who's taking the free kicks, who's taking the penalties, who's taking the corners. And I think Bruno shrunk with Ronaldo being there. I
And
don't
they
think he
paid
was the
£80
same
million
player.
for Sancho, who you should say, you're £80 million, get in the team, go and do what you do. He sometimes is on the bench. Rashford is now playing. These players have gone backwards because of Ronaldo's dominance,
Yeah.
these young players.